Carlos Ramirez, owner of NVS Audio in Roselle, New Jersey. So I just reviewed the Habanero Diablo soldering iron from my friend Chris. What I like about Habanero is they make the entry-level soldering iron at a very aggressive price point of $50, and then this is the pro version, so they offer solutions from $50 all the way up to $250. So if you do some light hobbyist soldering, the entry-level one might be right for you. If you're a professional like myself and you solder all day long, then obviously the pro would be better. They offer it as a plastic welding kit, they offer it soldering iron only, they offer it with the case, they offer it without the case. And then something about the other soldering iron manufacturers is they used to really fall off with the accessories. It was hard to get accessories or replacement parts. All these parts are available on the website. They have all kinds of different tips. They have chargers. I talked to Chris. He is well stocked in all the pieces and accessories. But it's nice to know that you're going to buy something, and then if you break a part or the part wears out, you can easily get a replacement part. You don't have to jump through hoops. So people send me stuff to test all the time, and my tests are unbiased. If the product is good, I say it's good. If I don't like it, I say I don't like it. And even the products I don't like, it helps them with product development, because I don't just say I don't like a product, I show why I don't like it. Well, that wasn't the case. In this case, I liked everything about it. The funny part is I gave it to my tech, Chris, to use for 2 days, put it towards spaces after I'd used it, and he went and parked it inside his toolbox. He was trying to keep it, he liked it so much. So only upgrade that I recommended to Chris was to add a magnet, because the soldering iron is so thin, it doesn't really stand up. And if you add a magnet, you can either magnetize it to the work surface under the hood that you're working, or you can add a little metal stand like we did in the video. But other than that, the thing worked flawless. I like the medium chisel tip. It heats up really fast. They have a jumbo huge chisel tip. I'm not sure what you'd use that for. Maybe soldering like 8-gauge wire, but works really good, heats up really fast. Held the charge for 3 days after continuous use. That was really good. I was impressed. High quality product. Thank you for sending it to us to review, and great job, Chris. Check out the video. Carlos Ramirez, owner of NVS Audio in Roselle, New Jersey. Today we're talking about the Habanero Diablo cordless soldering iron. So this is the second version of the iron. First version of the iron was much smaller. It was this one. Huge improvements since that iron was released. And I've gone through about, in my 25-year career, I've gone through about $10,000 worth of soldering irons. I've tried every single iron on the market. I've tried the Snap-on butane one, this style. I've tried all of them, the Milwaukee iron, the Aussie iron, the Solder Master. I've literally tried every single soldering iron. We do a ton of soldering here at the shop. Every connection that we make, we try to solder. So I know soldering iron is pretty damn good. So Chris and his company made some huge improvements on the Habanero, and I really like it. The old one felt more like a toy to me, and then being that it was so slim, the battery was small, so we got a full day's worth of soldering out of it. But this one we've been using for 2 days, and we still have 3/4 of a charge on it. So the new one, obviously it's bigger, it's got a bigger battery, gets hotter faster, and it lasts longer, so that's what we need as techs. It feels more heavy duty. But my favorite is still the Aussie iron, but doesn't matter because it's discontinued, you can't get it. So this was my absolute favorite. I've had it for, Jesus Christ, it's gotta be 10 years. But there's a couple of things that the Habanero does better. So the first version of the Aussie iron, you couldn't replace the tip. On the second version, you could. So the tip wasn't replaceable. This is version 2, so the tip is replaceable. It's really heavy because it's got a really big battery in there, and it tends to roll around on you while you're working. The Habanero is flat, so you don't have to worry about it rolling around. You can stand it up this way and keep the tip away from burning the carpet as you're working on a car. Obviously, we've been using it for a couple of days, so the charge lasts pretty good. It comes in 3 different versions, one with just the iron. The second version is the iron and the kit with a couple of different tips. And the third version comes with the plastic welder and the plastic repair kit. So you get your charger, soldering iron, cleaner. So it comes with 3 tips: the precise point tip and the giant chisel tip. I like the medium chisel tip. It gets hot really fast. So we're gonna go ahead and start to heat it up. And 14 gauge wire here. So it's already hot, ready to solder. And just like that, we've completely saturated the 14 gauge wire. Now we're gonna move over to the 8 gauge. This is obviously gonna take a little bit longer. And we have full penetration of the 8 gauge wire. It's 8 gauge, so it's gonna take a good amount of solder to go through there. Obviously, we wouldn't be soldering an 8 gauge wire. I just wanted to show you how hot the iron gets. Just wanted to prove to you how hot the iron got. You're not pulling that apart at all. .14 gauge, full penetration. You do have to continue to hold the trigger down, just like on the Aussie iron. But it's hot, ready to solder in just a few seconds. See that? The one upgrade we did to the iron, because Chris brought it to my attention that while he's working on the Milwaukee iron, when you use the big battery on the bottom, you can just stand it up. You don't have to worry about knocking it over. With the Aussie iron, it's so skinny that you can easily knock it over. So we added a neo magnet and we epoxied it to the bottom. So now, if you're working under the hood, so as you can see, we have it on a bracket and it stands up on its own with just the addition of magnet. You can go ahead and put it on the side of your toolbox. So I was talking to Chris and he said that's what this orange spot was for. They were supposed to add a magnet there, but he couldn't find one that fit, that was powerful enough. So simple enough. It still fits in the case. It's a little bit tighter, but it still fits in the case. I'll put a link below. These are from Amazon. So you don't have to worry about burning anything. It's the one upgrade that I recommend. The iron's awesome. If you get the full kit, it's $249. If you get the full kit, it's $249. If you get just the iron, I believe it's, let me look that up for you. With the plastic repair, it's $250. If you get the entry-level version with just one tip, it's $175. And if you get the full soldering kit, which we have here, it's $225. Plus $15 shipping. So you have 3 price points. You're at $175, $225, and $250. So $250 gets you the whole thing with the plastic repair. And the plastic repair looks something like this, where you insert the plastic rod from the bottom, or you can do these staples, the plastic repair staples. I've used it a few times and it works really good. Bumper repair, tab repair. So I like the Milwaukee iron. Milwaukee iron is good, but it's really bulky compared to the Habanero. I think the Milwaukee makes sense for anybody who has M12 tools because you already have the battery. But it's not as durable as some of the other irons that I've used. So I would recommend it over the M12, or I'd recommend you get the Habanero and the M12. The M12 is a no-brainer if you have M12 batteries. If not, I would get just the Habanero. Then we have the snap-on butane, which I have in case of emergencies. So this is the backup to the backup to the backup, where I keep a loader of butane in case the batteries run dead on these and I need to solder in case of emergency. But the igniters go bad on these all the time. They don't like to light. I even have the Amazon version with the M18 battery. This gets really hot really fast, but it's kind of bulky to carry around because of the weight of the battery. See the size difference? But we're at 500 degrees already. That's an option, but I think this is a better option. It's so we've been using it for 2 days straight. Still got plenty of charge. The medium tip's my favorite. Chris and his team did an amazing job, just like they did on the last one. I definitely recommend it, and I'm going to order a few more for the shop. If you have any questions, I'm going to provide a link below so you can message Chris directly, or you can reach out to me. And thank you. I hope this review helps. Magna makes it super convenient. Quick add-on, costs you barely anything. Super impressed with this iron. Another feature I like, you can't accidentally leave it on, because once you put the cap on, it forces the power button off.